5 things that are probably wrong with your website, if you have anything wrong at all, are in these 5 categories, and we'll go step by step about how you can implement and change those things to optimize your life. Number 1, you might have the wrong platform or template. So what that means is some of you are not actually utilizing Shopify, or you are using a free template to be able to offer sales to your customers. And I completely understand why. It's easy to scale. First of all, you're an expert in your company and you're not a web developer, so you don't know what the best platform is. And oftentimes we need to scale our business by spending as little as possible in the beginning. So it's not a critique, but I want to point out that Shopify performance is infinitely better than any other platform. And we have implemented a ton of Shopify websites, and just recently one was implemented 3 months ago. And this gentleman, his sales have already increased 3 times just because he changed platforms. And obviously we did some other graphic design changes, but just, he wasn't doing any additional ads. He just changed the Shopify platform, which got him better search results and a better customer experience. And so if you have a free template or you're not on Shopify yet, I would recommend you considering transitioning from that into a Shopify platform in the future. And if you say, and I just guarantee you it will get you better results, it'll be easier for you to manage your business, for you to be able to track customers as they come in, when they leave their shopping cart. You're gonna have so much more visibility in your company. You'll have a better time being able to send email blasts to people because Shopify has a really good system as an alternative to MailChimp. So again, I highly recommend that you consider an upgraded template that's optimized. It gives you the functionality that you want. A few people also said that they wanted to add a blog or they wanted to add information pages, but they couldn't do it on their current template of their Shopify page. So they had Shopify, but they had a template that didn't allow them to do what they wanted. And so again, that's an issue of your template. You can just simply upgrade that. If you have your current web developer, go ask them, like your local guy who does this for you, ask them to help you find a better one, or you can have Pro Resourcing quote to see what it would cost for us to help you to upgrade that. Now, number 2, layout, okay? So if you have a Shopify website and the template is very functional, you may not be personally, some people are actually the ones implementing their own website, designing their own website because you're running a small business. And I love that hustle, I'm all about it. But sometimes you reach a place in your business where you realize, maybe I shouldn't be the person who's making my candy, doing my taxes, also running my website. You might get a lot of benefit from just hiring an expert to reorganize the actual layout, the actual design of your website. And so if that's the case, you reach out to a web developer and ask for a quote for a redesign. And it's going to be less expensive than completely transitioning to Shopify, but it's really going to have a big payout because this is kind of like the front-facing place. It's like your storefront where people are coming to shop, and if they can't find what they're looking for, if they don't understand what you do, it really harms you in the long run. So there's a visual design element of it. So making sure that the graphics look great, like in terms of the branding or the banners, that those really communicate who you are and why people should buy their product. And then there's structural design pieces of it where the customer user experience is fluid. It's easy to search based on what people are actually thinking about. So you should find someone who's going to be able to help you ideally with both of those things. Number 3, the shopping cart experience. And I've noticed, especially if you don't have Shopify or you're using an older platform, that some people don't have a shopping experience that's super fluid and clean and easy to follow. And a lot of people didn't have the app installed that encourages people to buy other products or suggests other products, which is something you're probably used to seeing when you shop on other platforms like Target. So if you go to Target and you buy a bed, like a bed sheets, it will recommend buying pillows and say other users have bought things like this. And so if you don't have stuff like that, you're likely missing out on opportunities to suggest and encourage customers to spend more. And so it just takes, you're asking like, how do I do that? Of course I want to do that. It just takes adding an app. Okay, there are a lot of different apps that you could have added. So you can talk to your local web developer, or you can get Pro Resourcing to ask for our recommendations and see about having us implement them. But some of the nicest apps, which do take a little bit of an investment, actually help you to create something called a flow, customer flow. So this is an upgrade on services that we offer. You can either have a just generic recommendation, so we can quote on that, which just recommends random items from your product offering, Or we have an upgrade that will actually help you to create a customer flow. So if a person creates a whole shopping cart, it will actually follow and send them emails as soon as they order. It'll send them recommendations for the future and really walk them through the process of making that purchase, so that if they abandon their shopping cart, they actually get an email to remind them to come back to buy. And I, off the top of my head, cannot remember the numbers, but it's something like 60% of people who are emailed after they abandon a cart to go back will go back and make that purchase. But you can't capitalize on those sales unless you actually have that app installed right now. So I highly recommend that you implement something to optimize your shopping cart. I think you're going to capture better sales and really increase the experience, the shopping experience that customers are having when they're there. The other thing that I've noticed, number 4, is graphics. So we are all on a budget, and so a lot of times we're kind of running around and taking pictures of our product with an iPhone and then running over there to go and load it onto the website. But the challenge with that is that people don't know what your candy tastes like or your product tastes like or what your product experience is like until they actually taste it. And on an online platform, your picture is what sells your product. So what you really want to do is be sure that you've got great photos. And so my first recommendation to everyone is to make sure that you have your first photo be just a picture of your product on a blank space. So like imagine this white background and a picture of a candy or a car or whatever it is you're trying to sell. Because when you need it to be super clean and up close to being as large as possible to fill the space, because then a customer can really see it and be enticed by that product. So if you don't have wonderful photos, I highly recommend that you hire a professional to take all new pictures, or at least take pictures of the things that you think aren't optimized. It's great to find a local photographer, make sure that it's a white clean background, ask them to crop anything out that you don't want to be included. We also offer that kind of a thing, so you can ship all of your products to us and we can actually give you a quote based on a day's worth of photography. We can do just simple products, and then we also offer lifestyle photos. So that's the other piece of advice, is that if you have a listing, you've got your product, your first photo should be your product on a white background. And then secondarily, you should have lifestyle pictures. So that could either be a picture of that product on a cute plate, or it's a picture of a person giving it as a gift, something that will inspire a person to realize, wow, I could use this product or really enjoy it in a different way. So that is secondarily less important than that first photo. So if you don't have the money or time to get those lifestyle photos done, don't worry, don't stress. That can be next year when you're making millions more. But the first most important thing that will get you to increase your sales is to have better photos, super clean, up close photos. And in terms of graphics, past product photography, in general, the banners, the graphic banners that are sliding across your page that help people to realize what your hero product is, the graphics that are kind of illustrating your company names, your company name easy to read, the actual colors that are being utilized to capture attention, all of those things are related to website graphic design. So if you have Shopify, a great template, and you have your shopping cart all optimized, then the next thing you can do is you can hire someone to actually help you with the graphic design of that page. And the more luxurious or the more fun, the more tasty and delicious your website makes you guys and your products look, the more sales that you end up getting. So the fifth and final thing that I want to point out is your offer. So when you've done all of these things, the interesting thing that I've noticed is that some people, when you go to their website, and if you know that person who's shopping is not experienced with your company, they may not understand what your best products are. And so your offer, the things that you're offering to customers when they come to your website should be serving your largest customer, so the person who's going to spend the most money in terms of total revenue. It should be selling your best, most successful product. So you want to be focusing on, what's your hero product? What is the thing that that you're famous for, that everyone needs to buy and give to all of their friends and family? So understanding what your best selling customer, who your target audience is. Secondly, what your best selling product is. And then in general, what is your mission? If you're trying to generate more revenue for your company this year, who is it that you should be, how do you need to reapproach your business model to make sure that you're going to be successful this year? And that is macro level vision. So that's something that Pearl Resourcing cannot help with. Pearl Resourcing implements branding and packaging designed for physical product companies, and a website happens to be a form of packaging in this digital world, and that's why we offer it. But I also offer growth consulting, which is executive level conversation about who your company is, where your goals are for the next 5 to 10 years, and making a roadmap for how to get there. And the first lowest hanging fruit, which applies to this coming December, or the end of 2020, is really understanding what your core offer is to your customer. What's your mission, your vision, your values, your target customer, and then your offer, and making sure that your website actually is highlighting that thing. So if you're famous for peanut butter cups, where are the peanut butter cups on your website? Where is the corporate gift that is a basket of really fun peanut butter cups? Because the person who's shopping and going to spend the most amount of money is going to be those corporate gifters, those regular customers who want to give your product out for holidays. And the website needs to immediately attack the fact that you guys are ready to serve me and my best interests, which is enjoying peanut butter cups and getting that product out there. So your offer needs to be the fifth thing that you make sure that you analyze on your website to be able to optimize your online commerce sales this year. And one could argue that it's actually the most important thing that you could do, is to be super clear on what are you trying to accomplish this year, who are you serving. And if I could help in any way, I would certainly love to. You can sign up through emilyannpage.com for growth consulting. We also have a mastermind if you're on a tight budget and you want to talk to other people, which is less meetings, but you get to meet with other people to talk about how to grow your business. So in all cases, I've got the links in this email to be able to get a quote for these things, as well as preliminary starting pricing, just to make your life super easy. I hope that we could serve you just by this video, and that you guys have wonderful success. Please do send me updates. We are all friends here and wanting people to succeed in their businesses. So please stay in touch, and I hope you have a wonderful end of your 2020.